Hi, and welcome to the Ask Dr. Angela show with everyone's favorite OBGYN, Dr. Angela Jones. Have you ever been just too embarrassed or shy to ask your own doctor a question about your, private stuff? Well, you have come to the right place to get straight answers. Feel free to ask Dr. Angela anything women's health related. OBGYN, she keeps it real. Pregnancy, she knows what you're expecting. Whole body health, just ask. Dr. Angela has you covered, girl. And now here is Dr. Angela.
What's good, people? This is Dr. Angela, everyone's self-proclaimed favorite OBGYN, and I would like to officially welcome you to episode 19 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. What is new and exciting with you? What's new and exciting with me is that I am very much enjoying fall. The fashion has started. I spotted my first pair of amazing Merlot-colored full calf high-heeled boots the other day, dropping some mail off to the post office. It was paired with a really long flowing skirt, and it was so fabulous that I had to tell the young lady that was wearing them just how fabulous the boots were. In other news, I have decided to let my hair grow. For those of you that know me or that have seen me, you know that I have been rocking the really low hair. My hair typically is about as long as my eyebrows. And it's just very easy, convenient. I save like a ton on shampoo. But my little girl saw a picture of me that my dad brought a while ago. And it was me fresh out of residency with this long, flowing, full-bodied hair that, definitely had the system. And so she saw this picture and she's like, oh my gosh, Mommy, I love your hair. I want you to let it grow. And so hence, I'm letting my hair grow. And for those of you that have long hair, you know how much maintenance that can be. Because now I'm going to have to start actually doing it. What I do now is just wake up, jump in the shower, wipe it down, and then I'm done. But now that I'm going to have this longer hair, I'm going to have to start dyeing it because, who wants long gray hair? It makes you look so old. So I'm going to have to start dyeing it, getting my ends trimmed, actually styling it once it gets long enough. It's just the things that go along with being a woman. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get right to today's question. Today's question is coming to us from Miss Valerie. She's from Jackson, New Jersey. What you got for us today, Val?
Hi, Dr. Angela. This is Valerie. I'm calling from Jackson, New Jersey, and I'm currently a choreographer. And I'm calling because I did want to inquire. I was wondering, is it possible for a woman to become pregnant if she is using oral contraceptives such as the pill? Thank you.
Val, thank you so much for asking this question. I love this question. Just to get right to it, the answer is yes. You can absolutely get pregnant while taking not just the birth control pill, but while taking any form of contraception. You know why? Because there is nothing that is 100% effective. Not even tubal ligations, contrary to popular belief. And I'm even going to go out on a limb and say, and this is probably a really bad joke, but if you look back to biblical times when baby Jesus' mom, Mary, got pregnant, she was abstinent. So again, that's a really bad joke. But anyway, that's really the only thing that I typically quote as 100% is abstinence. But then again, depending on what you believe, Mary proved that totally wrong. But Val, on a more serious note, absolutely, you can get pregnant taking the pill. What most of the literature quotes with regards to the effectiveness of the oral contraceptive pill is with perfect use, 0.3% failure rate, and with typical use, most will quote 9% failure rate. And the thing about the birth control pill that I try to instill in all of my patients is that in order for it really to be the most effective, you need to try to take it at the same time every day. And when you start skipping pills and doubling up on pills and tripling up on pills, the efficacy just goes right out the window. On a completely different note, I'm also going to say, for those of you that are not in mutually monogamous relationships, Birth control pills, IUDs, any of the other forms of contraception are good for contraception, but they are not, I repeat, they are not, capital N-O-T, effective in preventing the transmission of STIs, sexually transmitted infections. So, if you're not in a committed, mutually monogamous relationship, and I'm going to put an emphasis on mutually, because just because you might not be sleeping with someone else doesn't mean that your partner isn't. So again, mutually monogamous relationship, you really should be using a condom or some type of barrier method to help to prevent spread of STIs. The good stuff that is not good: herpes, HIV, syphilis, the gifts that just keep on giving. Miss Valerie, I certainly hope that this answers your question. Thank you so much again for submitting your question to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. For those of you who would like to submit a question and have it featured on the podcast, please go to www.askdrangela, that's AskDrangela.com. Click on the microphone and do what you do. When you do so, please make sure that you state your name, just your first name, and where it is that you are submitting your question from. Miss Valerie, again, thank you so much for submitting your question. Someone from my team will be reaching out to you to gather your information so that we can send you one of our t-shirts. In closing, I would like to leave you with this. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. That's courtesy of Winston Churchill. So until next time, keep on keeping on, look better, feel better, be better. Can't wait to reconnect for episode 20.
Thank you for listening to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. For more information on women's health and the show notes for this episode, please visit Dr. Angela at www.askdrangela.com. While you're there, don't forget to leave your own message for Dr. Angela. See you soon! All of the information provided and discussed in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and should not take the place of consulting a physician. This podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any diseases or illnesses and does not and should not replace treatment for a medical professional. Listening to and participating in this podcast does not create a doctor-patient relationship between you and Dr. Angela Jones. If you need medical advice or assistance, you should consult a physician. Listening to and participating in this podcast is subject to the terms and conditions posted at drangela.com/terms.